Hey YouTube, what's up? I want to do a video today. I've had the one-up bike rack now for about 6 months, so I kind of want to do like my long-term review on it, what I feel, what I like about it, things I don't. I also want to show you the locks as well, the wheel lock, the hitch lock, and the add-on lock.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So I've had my rack now for 6 months. I originally bought the rack because I had a 2-inch rack on my Escalade, and I got a new car and it only has 1 1/4 inch hitch, so I had to get a new rack. And I had a Kuat before, which I really liked, but I ended up getting the one-up mainly because the one-up has the capability of just having one rack the way it is right now. So this is how the rack is, as just one rack. And what I really like about it, I own a restaurant, I'm always at the grocery store, and so my Kuat was a double rack, and having it up in this up position, I can never open up my rear trunk. But now having just one rack, I can have access to the rear trunk, no problem. The other rack, I'd had to put it all the way down like this in order to open and close the rack. I got this little strap. It came with the Velcro strap, which I felt was a little bit cheesy, so I purchased this one at Home Depot. Has a little clip right here. So this lock cost $19, and it's called a Hitch Bar Lock, which prevents somebody from using this proprietary key. But if somebody has this, they could then just loosen in here and then take the rack. So this lock right here prevents somebody from doing that. And in order to install the add-on, what you want to do is put up like this. This is a shortcut I found because when I first got the rack, I didn't know how to do this properly, and actually the rack fell over and it hit the back of my car, and it actually scratched it. So you just hand screw in the bolt like this. I'm actually gonna put on, this is called a add-on lock, so this lock would go right here and it would prevent people from stealing the add-on. These washers in like this, in that order, but to do the add-on, I do this first to make it easier. I'll show you why. Slide it over and hand screw it down. Okay, the reason why you put the bolts in that way is that if you look inside here, you'll see that these holes is bigger than this hole, and once it's on, you're gonna slide it over like that, and then hand screw it down, and then once it gets tighter, you're gonna use the Allen wrench. Then I take this off. You got to put the lock on. Goes the washer, and then like that. This is where it goes at the bottom. Just hold the key and then tighten it with the Allen wrench. The other thing is there's this locking thing. You want to screw this down once you have the hitch down. This will prevent the hitch from going back and forth. So I'll show you what I mean. Move the rack up and down, pull it up and down, and then tighten it. It prevents that black bar from going up and down, so now it's stuck in there. When the racks get folded up, you got to make sure that you bend these blue tabs. This is how they come, and this allows your racks to be folded up inside of the box. So you want to make sure that once you have your rack on, you pull the tabs like this, which prevents these things from moving up and down like that. Now I'm going to add on a third rack here because I'm going to put my daughter's bike. We're going to go to the beach today. So here's the rack. It's brand new. I have not used it yet. There's a lock for it, and that's how it comes, like this. So before you open it up, you gotta move these tabs all the way out like that, and then like that. Again, I bought the security, so this is $19. This is how it comes. If you buy your racks all at the same time, you can have the same key number for all of your locks, so you don't carry around a bunch of different keys. So the same thing, same order. You're gonna put the locks on like that. Once it's on, you're gonna slide it over like that. Tighten it, and because I have the add-on lock, I'm gonna take out this bolt and then add on the add-on lock. Once this bolt is in tight, you could take the other, it's not gonna fall out. So add on this one. Once the lock is on, then you're gonna tighten it. Now that's my rack. I have 3 racks. I'll put 3 bikes. I got the 2 add-on locks. Then I also have the hitch lock. And bring it down. This has this. You can put it at the second position, and if you do that, you have access to the trunk like that. Or put it at the bottom. And what's really cool about the one-up rack is if you see it gradually goes up, so it's at an angle, so when you're going uphill or hitting a dip, if you have a long rack, a lot of times it will actually hit the ground. It could ruin the rack or even damage your bike. Alright, so to put the bikes on, you want to open up the rack. You're going to pull on this red lever here. The rack is not touching the bike anywhere on the bike whatsoever, just the tire. The bars are on opposite side each time, and I always like to drop my seat so that way the seat doesn't get caught up on the brake levers. So just drop my seat. I look down, nothing on the bike is touching. And then the last bike. In order to install the wheel locks, the lock through the hole right here, like that. If you only have 1 lock per bike, then I would suggest you put it on the rear wheel, because obviously the front wheel, like this bike, has a quick release. You could pull this and then you could take the frame. So I'll put this on the rear like this, and then the 3rd lock I'll go put on my. So I have all 3 locks on. So one of the main reasons why I bought the Kuat instead of the one-up originally was because it came with a built-in lock on the rack, and also came with like a built-in bike stand to work on the bike. And reality is, like, I used that bike stand I think twice. I did stuff on my bike at home on my own bike stand, so I didn't really use it on the trail at all. The lock did come in handy a lot of times when I needed to go somewhere really fast. I'm gonna use the restroom, stop somewhere, and it works okay if you have 1 bike. The problem is when you have 2, it's really difficult because the cable is only so long and it wouldn't reach. It basically only go through the tires, that's it. And then the cable is really thin, it could be easily cut. These locks, they're steel, and so it's a lot harder to cut this than would be a cable. So I feel like this is much more secure. So in order to lean the bikes back, you gotta pull on the lever down here. That was a bitch. And then you have access. I've opened and closed, leaned this rack so many times with 1 or 2 bikes on there, which is super easy. But having a 3rd bike with the 3rd rack on there, it was super hard. I love the rack. There was a couple of stuff that I wasn't used to, like opening and closing the racks, like the ratchets, but they are really easy once you get used to how they work. It's really easy to get the bikes on and off super fast. I'm super happy with the rack. The one thing that I would say that I don't like about the rack is how difficult it is to lean the rack down when there's 3 bikes on there. Other than that, it's been great. I really love the rack. I've had it for 6 months now. I'm used to the way these ratchets work, opening and closing. It's really easy. Um, it looks super nice. There's no plastic parts. It's all aluminum. The finish is really nice. I have a friend that has a one up for like over 10 years and it still looks brand new. So one of the major things that I liked about it. I hope that the video was helpful in any way. That's it. Peace out.